Calendly is a billion-dollar company that everyone has heard of. But here's what's crazy. Their YouTube channel is absolutely dead. They're pulling in a couple hundred views, even though they are literally the world's most popular scheduling software. So last week, I sat down and made it my mission to fix this. And after days of research, I came up with a strategy that won't just get them the views they deserve, but it will also help them turn YouTube into a reliable channel of leads and new users. And it's actually the same playbook that the most successful B2B companies are using on YouTube right now. So without further ado, let's jump in. So why does Calendly even need YouTube? Calendly is of course a scheduling software almost every small and medium-sized business is using, including me. This is Calendly on my own website, but they barely upload YouTube videos. So if we look at their YouTube channel, we can see that there's just a very inconsistent amount of uploads. Videos are not really optimized for YouTube. They are getting between 100 and 500 views on most of their videos. And also based on all of these numbers and what I can look at, I'm assuming that they're not getting a huge amount of leads from it. Now, considering the demand that there is on YouTube for the topics Calendly talks about, there's no reason why YouTube couldn't become a huge driver of leads for them. I just put here a couple of videos with the topic that could be very relevant for Calendly itself. So all about coaching sessions, coaching discovery calls, how to run group coaching calls, how to use Calendly itself. So like all of these are very relevant to Calendly itself, and Calendly could easily be making the same types of videos. And we can see that these are getting crazy results, like tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of views. And also we've done the exact same thing for dozens of B2B companies and brands at this point. So here's Adam Robinson and one of the videos that we made for him. Here's Nicholas Boucher, another one of our clients, Taylor Hearn, who's also running a B2B business, Christian Vadig as well. We can see all of these videos getting similar results as the ones that I showed above. So how can Calendly do the same? It all comes down to strategy. So you need to know what topics are getting the most eyeballs in your space. You need to know what video formats are working best. You need to know what types of thumbnails are getting the most clicks. And that's really 80% of the success on YouTube. Now, I did all of that research already for Calendly and created a full game plan for the next 90 days they can use to dominate YouTube. So that is what I will go through in the next few minutes. Now, first, let's look at the current strategy that they have on YouTube. They are focusing on bottom of funnel topics where people are already searching for Calendly itself. We can see that all of their titles contain Calendly as the word. So here's Calendly for coaches, Calendly meeting packages, how to offer discounts and run promotions with coupon codes in Calendly. All of these are super bottom of funnel just for people that are already searching for Calendly or a feature of Calendly. I'm assuming that they're also putting it out on other places. But the problem with this approach is that it's only capturing a fraction of the market. If we look at the typical iceberg meme, we can see that these sorts of, Calendly features, Calendly tutorial, Calendly for coaches sorts of titles are only the top of the iceberg. There's a huge bucket of topics underneath it, like schedule coaching calls, best scheduling platform, how to book sales calls, run online sessions at a therapist, all of these stuff that are super relevant for Calendly still. And the people who are searching for this and looking for these topics are the exact ICP of Calendly. But currently Calendly is not making any videos for these types of topics and these types of people. To see how effective this strategy would be, we can just look at HubSpot. What they did is exactly that. So they're not talking about HubSpot features. They're not talking about HubSpot itself in the title. They're simply creating videos about AI and digital marketing that their ideal client is searching for and actually looking for. And these videos have the potential to reach tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people and just do extremely well. Whereas I can guarantee you that if they were making videos about HubSpot's features and calling those in the titles, they would probably be getting maximum a couple thousand views and a lot less leads. So to take the channel of Calendly to the next level, we need to incorporate more middle and top of funnel videos. Now, here's how to do it. For top of funnel, it should be around 40% of the videos, and these will be videos that are not about Calendly specifically, and they're not even about booking. I'll show some example titles in a second, but the other bucket will be middle of funnel videos, which should be around 30% of the videos, and these will be booking specific videos, but without naming Calendly. And then the last 30% should be bottom of funnel, so like 30%, which is Calendly specific, calling out Calendly in the titles specifically. So let's start with the top of funnel 40% of the videos. Titles for this could be something like 6 tools every small business needs in 2026, how to structure the perfect discovery call as a coach, 10 easiest online businesses to start in 2026, how to book 3 sales calls a day from LinkedIn full guide. These types of videos have the chance to reach the broadest audience, and without these, the total addressable market would be very limited. But the good thing with these is that even though these might not seem specific to what Calendly does, we can still weave in Calendly in a natural way in every single one of these videos. If you think about the title, how to book 3 sales calls a day from LinkedIn full guide, people need to use a scheduling software to be able to book people in for sales calls. So Calendly will just naturally be shown inside that video. Now here's the reference data about these exact videos already crushing. So we can see that this is proven, people are looking for this, and these videos are performing if we do them the right way. Then there's the middle of funnel videos, which will be 30%. Titles here can be 10 best appointment scheduling software and booking apps in 2026, the easiest way to schedule paid coaching sessions, 2026 tutorial, best platform for scheduling sales meetings in 2026. These types of videos will attract fewer people, but they will be more in market for Calendly, therefore lead to higher conversions. And we can still see that these types of videos have the potential to just crush it on YouTube. There's a ton of data. Here are a couple of examples to show exactly that. Now the last bucket is bottom of funnel, and these will be the Calendly specific videos. So how to use Calendly in 2026 step-by-step tutorial, beginner's guide to Calendly 2026, everything you need to know, how to use Calendly for coaching calls, full guide, all of that stuff. Now properly creating bottom of funnel videos like this makes sure that we own all content whenever someone is searching for anything related to Calendly, because currently if people are searching for Calendly tutorials, most of the videos that come up are from other channels and other people. We can see that these videos are crushing it in the space, but they are from completely different channels. But nailing these video ideas alone won't be enough. In order to make this work, every single video needs to be perfectly optimized for YouTube. So here's how to do that. First thing is the packaging. So this is the title plus the thumbnail. No matter how good a video is, if people don't click on it, it will never perform. And what determines if people click on a video is packaging. So the title and the thumbnail. Now we already came up with proven title earlier that I just showed you. So now we need to pair them with the right thumbnails. But for that, it's very important to first understand the goal of the thumbnail, which is not to explain the video. It's not to deliver a message or to look on brand. It's simply to stand out, stop people from scrolling and get them to read the title. Because here's how viewers actually interact with videos on YouTube. First, the thumbnail catches their eye, then they read the title, then they look back at the thumbnail to confirm, and then they click if it's interesting enough for them, of course. So the thumbnails must be simple enough to catch people's eyes at first glance. Then you need to match it with your title so the viewer can make sense of the video and decide if they are interested. So here are two examples. This is one of the already existing videos that Calendly has on their channel. We can see that this thumbnail tells rather than shows because it just has text. It has nothing that is visual. There are also way too many words. People just don't have time or the energy, or people are just too lazy to read this much, and also nothing really catches the eye. Now here's a thumbnail that we recreated for Calendly. We took one of the titles that I talked about earlier, 6 tools every small business needs in 2026, and we created this full thumbnail, and we can see that it really shows rather than tells. Like, it's very visual. It's also super simple. Like, people can just straight up look at the icons, understand those 3 words and just quickly read it and get a very good idea about what the video is about. And also, most importantly, it catches the eye. So when you're scrolling, this will really catch your eye compared to the other one where it's super boring. It just looks very flat. Now, this is one of the biggest reasons why Calendly is not getting results from YouTube. So fixing the packagings will be very important. Now, the second thing is the actual content. So of course, once the videos are packaged properly, the next step is making sure the actual content of the videos are right. This means nailing the hook, knowing the ideal length of videos, and also making call to actions properly. Now, I will start with hooks. For hooks, we want to keep it as concise as possible while covering who the video is for, what they will get out of it, and why you're qualified to talk about it. I call it the who, what, why framework. Now, I put here a very simple example for that specific video, 6 tools every small business needs in 2026. So it reads something like, if you're running a small business and still duct taping your operations together with spreadsheets and sticky notes, this video is for you. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the 5 tools that will save you the most time and money in 2026. You see, I've spent years helping dozens of solopreneurs, freelancers, and small business owners streamline how they actually run, and these are the exact tools every single one of them needs today. So without further ado, let's dive in. We can see that the yellow sentence is covering the who. So who is the video for? We call them out specifically. The green part is explaining the what, so what people can expect from the video, and then the blue part explains the why. So why are we even qualified to talk about it? Now, this is a very simple example of how this hook framework works, but it's really the key to making hooks that actually get people in and keep people watching. Now, when it comes to the ideal length of videos, 90% of the best performing YouTube videos are between 8 and 15 minutes, but Calendly's videos are all in the 1 to 5 minute range. We can see that most of this is just way too short. Now, the power of YouTube is how deep you can go and how much value you can provide to the viewer in just one video, so this is crucial. That's why moving forward, I would definitely aim between that 8 and 15 minute video mark. Now, in terms of call to actions, what converts best is making it as natural and seamless as possible. Making the video feel like an ad is just the fastest way to kill performance on YouTube, because people are not watching videos to get sold something, they're watching videos to gain some type of value out of it. So whenever you send people to sign up for Calendly or mention Calendly in any way, it should be short and it should also be seamless. Now, I also want to talk about the results that Calendly could expect expect by implementing a strategy that I've just outlined. Now, let's say they start this. In the first and second month, it will be just about getting the early momentum. So all metrics will be improved. They will see higher views, they will see higher click-through rate, impressions, retention, and also an increased lead flow at the beginning. When it comes to month 3 and 4, there will be the first breakout videos there. So that means the first videos reaching 5 to 10,000 or even more organic views. At that point, we can see the angles that are working best, and we can just double down on that to get even more high-performing videos. And then in month 5 to 8, that's where it becomes a consistent lead generation machine. So that's where we are consistently getting 5 to 10,000 plus views per video, with some outlier videos above 50 to even 100,000 views. At that point, YouTube becomes a significant lead generation channel for Calendly, and that's really the long-term goal. Now, if anyone from Calendly is watching this, I really hope that you got some value out of it, and I definitely didn't mean to roast the channel or anything. I just really wanted to make sure I outline everything that I think you guys can improve to really crush it on YouTube, because I think it's a huge opportunity. And of course, you can implement all of this in-house or work with a partner like us, but either way, I hope you got some value out of it. And if you're not part of Calendly, but you're still here, I also hope you got some value and actionable stuff out of it that you can implement for your own YouTube strategy. That's what we do every day for the 40 plus clients that we are currently managing at KS Media. So I really just love talking about it and breaking down the strategies. But yeah, with that said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.